Hi guys, Piotr here, this is Litefinance global YouTube channel. It's my pleasure to be with you again. Very interesting topic today, Black Swan Events. Well, it might be one coming soon when it comes to the Atlantic Ocean, but well, we are going to more focus about the Black Swan events related to the market. So guys, the next few minutes is going to be very interesting. Let's jump straight into the video. A Black Swan event is an unpredictable event that has major impact on the stock market and the whole financial market. In this video, we will explore what Black Swan events are, some examples of past events and how they can impact the stock market and the whole financial sector. So, what is a Black Swan event? Well, it's a rare and unpredictable event that has a major impact on the stock market and the whole financial sector. These events are typically unforeseen and have significant consequences that are difficult to predict. Well, the term Black Swan comes from the belief that all swans were white until black swans were discovered in Australia, thus challenging the previously held belief. Okay, let's discuss the examples. There have been several Black Swan events throughout the history that have impacted the stock market and the whole financial sector. The first I would like to mention, it was the 9/11 terrorist attack in the United States, which had not only significant impact on the stock market and financial sector, but for the whole world. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 684 points or 7.1% in the first week of the trading following the attacks. Another example of a Black Swan event was the 2008 financial crisis. This was triggered by the collapse of the US housing market and had a major impact on financial institutions around the world. The stock market experienced significant declines, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average falling over 50% from its peak in 2007 to its low in 2009. Editor, please show us the charts. Thank you, editor. So, global financial crisis. That was the whole waterfall, Niagara Fall, whatever you want to call it, okay? It was not only that we took out the latest leg to the upside, right? But we took out also the low based on the consolidation phase. So for many traders, it was like never-ending spiral down. Strong move from above 14,000 down to below 7,000. Huge and monster, unpredictable move to the downside based on the global financial crisis. But what has happened then, and that's what I want to mention here, and not the first time, but on the last one, that we might see some positive impact when it comes to the Black Swan events. We might see some unpredictable action. In that case, it was the central bankers' action. They started to print and pump the money into the market. So we've seen strong, big bounce first, okay? Then a little bit of the consolidation and continuation, a little bit of the consolidation. And when we hit at some point the pre-GFC high, many of traders were calling for the big correction. And what has happened then, it was continuation to the upside based on the money printing, never-ending money printing. So even the most advanced traders, some of them, they didn't expect such a move. So in that case, the printing money was the or had a positive impact when it comes to the Black Swan event, all right? And we've seen the monster rally. It was not only that we move the same size of the move to the downside, but we also doubled this thing to the upside. Oops, sorry. Okay, so it was really monster move, and as you can see, we hit almost 30,000 post printing money. All right, editor, let's get back to the video. More recently, the COVID-19 pandemic has been a Black Swan event that has had significant impact on the whole financial sector. The pandemic caused widespread disruption to global supply chains and forced many businesses to close, at least temporarily. This led to significant move to the downside, not only on the stock market, but other risky assets in early 2020, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average falling over 30% in just few weeks. But what has happened then? Editor, please show us the charts again. So the COVID-19, another unpredictable Black Swan event, it was a little bit easier because we've seen the first symptoms in China. They spread out all over the world, but really when we hit US with COVID-19, then the big things started, and we've seen the move to the downside from around 30,000 to around 20,000, 30% move down. And again, there was a strong move to the downside, followed by another big money printing by central bankers. And what we've seen, another rally, we took out the pre-pandemic high and we hit the levels above 36,000 when it comes to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So in that case, also we've seen first the Black Swan event and negative impact, and well, market most probably was expecting that we are going to see more money printing, and it may be it wasn't that big Black Swan event. Well, all of that provided to the inflation we've seen right now, and well, the big question here is if the next big Black Swan event is just around the corner. All right, editor, thank you very much. Let's get back to the video. So now we know how Black Swan events impact the whole financial sector. Black Swan events, they really have the significant influence on the financial sector. Why? Because they are unexpected and difficult to predict. If the event has a negative impact on the financial sector, we might see the panic selling, and with the very low liquidity, we might see significant declines in the whole financial sector, especially when it comes to the risky assets. In many cases, Black Swan events, especially with the negative impact, they can trigger a recession or even a depression. As you have seen already, not all Black Swan events have the negative impact when it comes to the financial sector. When it comes to the positive impact, it's worth to mention another example, the discovery of oil in the Middle East in the early 20th century, and that was the very positive when it comes to the whole financial sector and the stock market. So we've seen the rise of the whole oil industry, and that was the helping hand when it comes to the economic growth. So let's try to summarize. Black Swan events are rare and unpredictable events that can have significant positive or negative impact when it comes to the whole financial sector. We might see strong moves to the downside or strong move to the upside when it comes, for example, to the stock prices, if the impact is negative, it might trigger recession or even depression. When it comes to the positive impact, it might give the helping hand to the whole economy. So now, when we know that this type of the events may happen, it is worth to mention that it's a good idea to be prepared for unexpected moves. In other words, be careful when you are risking your real hard-earned money. Please leave your comments below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much. Stay safe and see you around.